All right, all right, all right. Social skills. Now, today I'm gonna do the music at the end today. Okay, I'm gonna do the music at the end. You got to be still right there because the camera will catch the noise. That's what I just told you. Okay, so today we're gonna do a little bit different because I'm not gonna start with the music first. I'm gonna start with something. I want you to listen to this because I thought this was funny, but it was also millennial as well. So listen to this. Well, I got to turn it on first.
Studio.
Oh yeah,
Who got this calling?
this is Chris. I got an appointment for 4 o'clock.
Man, it's 6:30.
I know, man. Hey, I fell asleep, man, but I'm in my car right now. I'm on the way. I just need a direction.
Alright, okay. Go out, make your first right.
I doing that right now.
Make a U-turn, make your first left.
Okay, hold on. All right, hold on.
Alright, where you at?
First left. Hold on. I'm back at the crib.
Now, the reason I played that is because that is typical of millennial mindset. You know, a lot of times, you know, with the millennial group and the group that comes after them, a lot of times, you know, they take things too casual. Okay, so, you know, just like this young man you heard right here, he was 2 hours late, but yet and still he was still calling to see if he could come in. And his excuse, what was his excuse? Yes.
He fell asleep.
He fell asleep. He fell asleep. So, I mean, I understand if somebody got hurt, somebody got injured, you had a loss in the family, something like that, may be an excusable excuse. But because I fell asleep, and he had the audacity to still think that he could come to the job. So I thought that was well done. You know, it was funny, but at the same time, it is a typical mindset for millennials. So with that being said, today I want to talk to not only you today. I want you guys to listen, but I'm talking to adults this time. Some of your parents. I'm talking to other people. Anybody that have kids. You know, today I'm talking to them. Okay, and this is what I want. This is the topic: the possibility of me. The possibility of me. And the reason I thought about that title is because when people ask me about why I'm successful, because I've been doing it for a lot of years and I have experienced a lot of success doing this classroom. Okay? Now, typically it's been a strictly EBD classroom where it's emotional students that have emotional behavior disorder, so they have behavior problems. And when I get asked that question a lot of times, people assume that the reason I'm successful is because I'm big, they think I'm mean, and they think I yell at kids all the time. Okay, that's the obvious reason that people will say that I'm successful in the classroom. But this is not true. It's far from the truth, and you guys know that, but other people don't know this. That notion is far from the truth. It's not about being big, mean, loud, and aggressive. That's not what helps me to be successful with you guys. Okay? And I want to say thank you for the first part of the year. You guys have been awesome. We have had very few people suspended. I don't think we had but one person suspended this year. You know, so that's great for a classroom like that. So first of all, I want to say thank you. But when people assume that it's because I'm big and they assume I'm mean and they assume that I'm yelling at students all the time, it is far from the truth, because that's not what being successful in this type of classroom is about. It's about showing young people the possibilities that they have within themselves. That's what I do. That's what I do. I show you, because every day, what am I talking about? You can do great things. Every day, what am I talking about? You changing from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset that says that I can do anything that I'm willing to work for. Okay? So that's the main thing. I'm showing you the possibilities that you have within yourself. Too many times, students come to the school and they don't believe in the possibilities of them. They don't believe that they can be excellent in math. They don't believe that they can be excellent in science. They don't believe that they can be great as far as their behavior goes. They don't believe that they can achieve at really, really high levels. Okay? Oftentimes, that's what we're greeted with when we come into a classroom like this. They don't have those possibilities of meeting academic standards. Being academically successful is something that they never dream of or think about. And thus, the attitudes, and thus, the behaviors. Because if I don't believe that I can do anything, if I don't believe that I can do great things, guess what? Why should I even put forth the effort? Right? If I don't believe in what I can do, why should I even put forth the effort and bring anything to it? Possibility of being great in all of these areas are simply absent with students that reside in this type of environment. They truly don't believe that they can be whatever they want to be. But this is what I end up telling them. Being successful with all students, not just students with disabilities, but being successful with all students requires convincing them that they have potential for greatness. That's where it comes in. Being able to show somebody that they have greatness within them. Okay? That will change the way that person acts. That will change that person's motivation. That will cause that individual to open up and try to aspire to do greater and bigger things. Okay? So they automatically assume that I yell all the time. Do I yell all the time? No. Okay, they automatically assume that I'm mean. Am I mean? No. Okay, but when somebody asks me, why am I successful? Those are the things that they assume. Yes?
Like, so when they come to conclusions and think that you're mean, say they say that you're mean, then all of a sudden you don't have to be mean unless you don't want to be mean unless you have to.
Right. See, I know that. Most people don't know that though. Okay? See, I know that, and that's why I'm successful. And that's why I'm telling them and you that it's not about being mean. It's not about being aggressive. It's not about talking loud and yelling at students all the time. It's about convincing these students that they have potential greatness in them. Okay? Because when you believe that you can do great things, guess what? Your whole being changes. When you believe that you can be successful, your whole being changes. When you believe that you can be that NFL player that you dream of, your whole behavior changes. Okay? So that's what it's about. It's about trying to convince you guys that you can do whatever you're willing to work for. Okay? And One would say, how do we do it? You know, how do we get there? Okay? That's what I'm going to talk about real quick. I just got about 10 more minutes to do this because I promised them I'm going to give them 5 extra minutes. So I just got about 10 minutes to do this. So number 1, we have to teach them rules and expectations consistently. Tell them that these are the things that successful people do. That's the first thing we did, right, Caleb? The first couple of weeks, what do we do? Rules, expectations. This is how successful people do things. And when you did something other than that, what did I do? We were walking in the hallway, and we face forward, and we're in a line. So when we're not doing that, what do I say? Stop! Right there. That's not how we walk in a line in the hallway. Okay? And we do it consistently. We do it all the time. These are not the things that successful people do. Okay? So the first thing is we have to teach them the rules or the expectation. You had a question?
They have to believe.
They got to believe too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, you remember, boy. You learning stuff in here, man. You remember they have to believe. Okay, so you got to teach them about the rules and expectations. You can't assume that students already know. Can't assume that anymore. So you have to teach those things. And number 2, you have to model a growth mindset to them by constantly encouraging them to focus on the process and not the grade or the outcome. Okay? That's what we do in here. We don't focus on the grade. We focus on the process that it takes for us to learn. Okay? So if you give me the effort, if we try really, really hard, right? What do you see me doing? Praising you. Saying, wow, Caleb, I like the effort that you put in with that. Wow, Caleb, I love the fact that you're sitting there working hard and focusing on that work. Okay? Because we focus on the process rather than the grade. A lot of mistakes are made by teachers because we're so focused on the grades. We're so focused on, let me get them past this Georgia milestone test. Oh, we got to pass the Georgia milestone test. That's not my focus. My focus is on you growing and the process that it takes for you to grow. Okay? If you do something good, I praise you about the strategies and the hard work instead of how smart you are. And so that's the mistake that I made when, I remember when my son was coming up. My son was gifted. He was in gifted classes. So, I just automatically assumed, hey, man, this man, he don't need me. So every time he did something good, he would come to the house and I would say, man, you're so smart. And that would be it. Well, guess what? He got in high school. And the work was challenging in high school. Okay? He found some stuff. That's right. He found some stuff that he did not know how to do. And guess what he did? He shut down. I had this basketball coach calling me saying, hey, coach, Eric is not doing that well in math, man. And it's because he's not trying. He's not.
I believe him.
Right.
He can't do it yet.
Right. But that's what he told me. He's not trying. He's not putting forth the effort. And so when my son got home, I said, what's going on? And the one thing that he told me, he said, Dad, it's too hard. I'm supposed to be smart and I can't do this. And that's why we want to focus on the process. So what I should have been doing is every time he did something great, I should have been saying, son, it looked like you put a whole lot of work into doing that. Man, it looked like you used some great strategies for that. Okay, because when we focus on the process, okay, when things get hard, you know that it's a process to it. Okay, you know that you're not going to automatically know everything. There's going to be some things that are challenging, but because you focus on the process, the studying, you focus on the growth and the learning part of it, now you don't shut down. Okay, so that's number 2. We have to model a growth mindset to the student. And then 3, we have to reward them when they exemplify the standards and expectations that we have been teaching. Okay? I had my first principal, she said, when I did my point system and I was, I asked her for money so that I could put in my store, because I want to have a store. That's, that's part of what I do. I have a store. Kids earn points. And when you get a certain amount of points at the end of the week, guess what? They got to go to the store. And she was like, no, I don't believe in that stuff right there. That's just, I don't know. That's just babyfying kids. And I say, and her name was, well, I ain't going to say her name, but I say, Doc, look, what is one of the things that you do for us? Whenever we don't miss a day during a month, you give us a $15 gift card, right? Every month. If a teacher don't miss a day.
You can go to the store with that.
Right. But every month, if the teacher didn't miss a day, she give you a $15 gift card. I say, what is that? That's a reward for us not missing days. So it's the same thing that everybody wants. It's the same thing that everybody works for. When I was in the medical field, I was working so hard because I knew I got a bonus. If I had 20 people to sign up for our program every month, I got a $1,000 bonus. So I was working hard to get that money, right? So I explained to her, everybody is working for a reward. And first of all, she told me, Mr. Wortham, shut up. But then she gave me what I needed because she knew I was right. Okay, so you have to reward. We have to reward our kids when they do something good. We have to. Bottom line. It don't have to be something expensive. Most kids appreciate little things. Stickers. Okay? Little small treats. Most kids appreciate little things. But because we're dealing with the 21st century, we have to reward. Number 4, we have to be consistent throughout. Consistent. We can't be hypocritical. We can't say one thing, right? We want you to do something, Caleb. We want you not to curse, but we curse, right? Right? We want you not to yell at folk, but what are we doing? We're yelling at people. Okay, so we have to be consistent. We can't try to teach you how to be good and we're bad. Yes.
That's what my mom does. Like she tells me not to curse.
Yeah, me and your mom talk. Me and your mom talk.
And she starts cursing at me,
right.
and I'm like, okay, then like, and so am I taking lessons from a good person or a bad person right now? Because you're cussing at me, and we're not. And I know for a fact you're not supposed to curse.
Right. Well, I wouldn't put it that way, good person or bad person, but I would just say, Mom, you want me to stop? Please, can we do this together and you stop as well? Okay. But the thing is we have to be consistent throughout. We can't tell our kids to do one thing and we doing something totally different. Okay? It just doesn't work that way. And the last thing, we have to give them choices so they learn to make quality decisions. That's another thing that I regret. Okay? Because my kids, sometimes they still come and ask me some questions about some decisions because I didn't really give them that choice. Okay? It was always because I said do it. Okay? And when you do that, you don't allow them the opportunity to think through the process and say, oh, that choice right there might not work out too good. Maybe I'll choose this right here. We have to teach them that by giving them choices. Okay? Okay? Son, you want to, okay, you don't want to do your homework right now. Okay? You can either do it now or you can do it when you're supposed to be watching Bernie. Which one are you going to choose? You going to watch it now or you're going to give up Barney? Which choice are you going to make? And so we have to allow them the opportunity to learn how to make quality decisions, because if we don't do it now, when they get older, they won't know how to make good decisions. Yes, sir.
That's why my mom's letting me pick a phone, not her, cause every time my mom always picked my sister's phone, but now when I get a phone, in a few days or months, I'm gonna be the one who's gonna
Right.
pick it.
Right.
I'm gonna
So,
be the
and we
one.
have to do that. We have to let you guys start making decisions. So, those are the 5 things. And come on, ladies, all that dancing y'all like to do, this is the time for you to do it. And now you're doing hair. Ladies, y'all gotta be over there, over here. Do it right there, please. Thank you. Right there. Hey, y'all, move out of the way, guys. Let them do their thing, man. Caleb, cameraman. Go ahead.